Hi, this is Amy with PopUpTechTalks. I'm here with Justin. Justin, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Justin. Oh, you want more than that? Oh, okay. I'm Justin Parisi. I'm a technical marketing engineer at NetApp.
So, nice t-shirt. So you podcast?
I may do a little bit of that. We actually have a podcast at NetApp called the Tech on Tap Podcast, and we have a URL called techontappodcast.com. Very original.
I think it may be the one podcast I haven't managed to Yoko Ono my way onto.
Actually, you have.
Oh, right.
That's okay. Actually, you were featured in this week's episode, Day 2, very prominently. Extra points for anyone who can guess what part of that you were in.
I'm not telling anyone. So, what's the podcast about? How can somebody get involved? How can they listen? Give us the scoop.
Well, the podcast originally started out as just a NetApp-centric podcast, but it's evolved since into all things technology that pertain to NetApp. So that includes SolidFire, that includes DevOps, that includes ONTAP, it includes Storage Grid. Anything you can possibly imagine that can pertain to storage and ONTAP and NetApp itself is going to be on this podcast. And if you're interested in suggesting topics, asking questions for us to answer on the podcast, you can reach us at podcast@netapp.com.
Awesome. So you've got a variety of guests. You've got 3 hosts. Is that right? So give us a little more.
Well, there is myself, there is Glenn Sizemore, and there is Sully the Monster, or Andrew Sullivan. And every week we publish a podcast to the techontappodcast.com website. And basically we get guests on from all over the company, and not just the company, but also outside the company, influencers within the technology field. We've had Kelsey Hightower of Kubernetes. We've had Gene Kim, the author of the Phoenix Project. So we've had some pretty important names in the technology industry to come talk to us about what they think about their individual technologies as well as how it pertains to NetApp.
Awesome. So is that all you do? You just podcast 24/7?
I wish. I actually have a day job too. So I said I was a technical marketing engineer, so I cover NFS. I'm the NFS Do to Buys on Twitter. I also cover name services, which includes LDAP and exciting stuff like that. But most importantly, I'm covering the new ONTAP feature in 9.1 called Flex Group. And Flex Group is our scale-out NAS solution. Allows you to use every node in your cluster as a container for a single namespace for NAS unstructured data for NFS and CIFS.
All right, I'm going to ask you to take out the magic 8-ball here. Where do you see storage going? We're almost in 2017, so I'm going to bump it forward a year. 2016 is too easy. 2017, where do you think we're going?
Where do we think we're going with storage? Oh man, so we've already seen the shift. So it used to be that you'd go into a storage vendor and you say, I want some storage, and they'd give you their own hardware platform, and you'd install their software on it, and you would just run everything in this homogenized environment. But what we're seeing now is a shift from that. People want to use their own hardware, their own servers. They want to use software defined. They want to be able to control their storage, but they also want to approach it from an application-based perspective. They want to be able to drive their storage as their users use it, as opposed to how their storage administrators set it up and configure it.
So we're going to see a lot more of it's almost like the DIY.
Either that or we're going to go back to tape.
You heard it here first.
Tape is not dead.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
I think you meant a cassette tape, maybe an 8-track.
I actually have a cassette tape credit card.
I'm afraid.
Batman wallet. I'm going to show it without the number here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Tape's not dead.
It's not dead.
It's just credit now.
Yeah. You can't rewind the credit card, though.
Until next time, thank you for watching Pop Up Tech Talks.